Good afternoon, Marlon Lyons with I.C.Y Legacy. Just wanted to spend some time with you talking about the foundational aspects of general estate planning. For those of you that don't know, you have an estate. Whether you realize that or not, whether you're familiar with the fact that you have an estate or whether you're aggressively trying to put it together and strengthen it, you have an estate. And I want to spend some time talking to you about the importance of building that estate. The foundational aspects of general estate planning basically entail four core areas, in my opinion. The first area would be life insurance, replacement income. My friends agree. And so, in addition to that, the other aspects is the medical expenses. You're going to deal with medical expenses at some point in your life, hopefully later rather than sooner. But the fact of the matter is, medical expenses are a big part of it. The other thing that's a big part of it is retirement care. If you work and get to the point where you can retire, you're going to get to the point potentially, if you live long enough, to whereas you will not be able to take care of all of the things that physically require you to be able to move around, take care of yourself in your own capacity, which would be considered convalescent type care. And then last but not least is retirement income. No matter what you do, no matter whether you're being born or you're getting ready to pass away, there is going to be some form of income involved in it, and therefore we always will need money. So therefore retirement income becomes a big thing. And those four things basically make up general estate planning. To finalize that would be a durable power of attorney and some type of trust, whether it be a revocable trust or an irrevocable trust. But those are the basic components of what your estate plan are made up of. And my job is to be able to assist you in navigating your way through that. And that's why I've gone into business for myself. Let's talk about a couple of things that I know a lot of people are considering to be hotbed issues. And some people agree, some people disagree. I'm going to just give you my personal take on it. The foundational aspects of retirement planning, you get that through your job, your 401k, your IRAs, the opportunity to be able to invest in the market and so on and so forth. This is not investment advice. I'm just giving you an overview of what it is that you're going to be dealing with. And I want to make sure that you know that I know about these things. Today's video is going to focus in and talk about the foundational aspects of that planning. One of the things that falls into the category of foundational aspects that go into that planning is life insurance. Life insurance is what I would consider to be a foundational aspect of your general estate plan. Some people are independently wealthy. Maybe you don't need life insurance and you can self-fund. The majority of you that are listening to me right now are not in that particular situation or circumstance, and most of you probably need to get started on a basic fundamental level. Well, let me give you some insight as to what that basic level should be and what it should entail, in my opinion. Some form of life insurance. I don't care if it's a term policy, which basically is a temporary policy that will cover you for a set period of time, or if it's a permanent policy, which will now give you a fixed death benefit with a monthly premium that will not go up and will always stay the same, and it covers you for your whole entire life. I don't care which one you get. I just know that you need to examine your situation and look at getting one of the two. I don't care which one. And let me give you another idea that may or may not strike you in a certain particular way. And that is, if you just bought a home, you need to have some type of mortgage insurance protection on that home to be able to make sure that the people that are living in that home with you can continue living there if you decide, and not that you would decide this, so I apologize, I misspoke. If it's a circumstance where you pass away prematurely, you can make sure that the people you leave behind are going to be taken care of. There's a lot that goes into trying to be able to figure out how to approach you, how to be able to now establish myself as an authority in this particular avenue, because there's so much noise out here that the main objective for me is to be able to give you some insight that you can now start to be able to want to take action with. So let's talk about the foundational aspects again. The foundational aspects basically go around things like savings accounts. Foundational aspect would be T-bills, which is not popular and not something that I'm recommending. I'm just giving you the overall information that you need to be able to now start getting your research going, because in my opinion, that's also part of what you need to do, is get some research going. The other thing I would tell you is that CDs would fall into that category. Cash equivalents would fall into that category. Traditional fixed life insurance, which is what I'm talking about now, falls into that category. Fixed annuities falls into that category. Money market accounts fall into that category of foundational wealth creation. And what I want you to think about is this: what in the world could you go out and get in the stroke of a pen that would replace 7 to 10, if not more years of your income based on the stroke of a pen? Tell me what would do that. Not to mention the fact that whatever that is, does it pay out tax free, lump sum? And if you have a plan to be able to better your circumstances in some way, shape, or form, then my question to you would be, what are you waiting on? And I'm not telling you to run out and buy a policy, but what I am telling you to do is to get yourself educated about the foundational aspects of general estate planning, because you have an estate. Whether you want to acknowledge it or not, whether you believe it or not, or whether you actually have the ability and the mental awareness and capacity, you are an entity. Everything you do is based off of your social security number. And between the federal government, the banks, and the other institutions like work and jobs and corporations, nobody's trying to tell you how our system of government works. Nobody's trying to teach you how our economics work. And nobody's trying to look out for you except for you and the people that you love. Well, Marlon Lyons is on the scene with I.C.Y. Legacy, and I'm trying to pass some information on to you that's going to help you out. And let me put this out there as well while we're talking about it. For the people that don't believe in cash value accumulating policies, and for the people that don't believe in life insurance, and for the people that don't think that it's a good idea to be able to put yourself in a position where you can replace your lost income, fine, that's cool. Do you? But the majority of people that I've talked to over the course of my career have no idea how to be able to properly invest in a stock, have no idea what it is to be able to now get dividend earning stocks or things of that nature. And I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm just telling you that the average layman does not know what those things are, how they work, and they're terrified of them. And one of the things that I've done over the course of my career is to give people a foundational operational position. In other words, give you the basics. When I went into the military, they sent us to basic training. You know why they sent us to basic training? Because we didn't know anything at that point in time. And they needed to be able to educate us and get us in a position where they could watch those people out that were not going to be able to figure out what they needed to do, so we wouldn't kill a bunch of more people, in particular our own people. So my attitude in regards to getting into this business and being able to learn it was, number one, I did not get taught how to be able to look at things in the way that I'm looking at them now. Number one. Number two, nobody in my family was independently wealthy. And I wanted to change that narrative. And one of the things that I can attest to you is, once you get past all of the stuff that people say, including myself, and you evaluate for yourself whether or not this is or is not a good foundational place to start. I'm not telling you you're going to stay there forever, but I'm telling you that you need to get started. And in the process of getting started, you need to have somebody working with you that you actually believe what they say and they believe it as well. And they've got the fruit on their tree to be able to let you know that they've made a difference in the process of helping people. A lot of these people that'll tell you about what you should or should not do will petrify you into doing nothing. That is the absolute worst thing you could do. Even if you make a mistake when it comes to establishing your estate, your mistake is way better than people's inactiveness and lack thereof when it comes to being proactive versus reactive. So I just want you to understand that you have to get started. Get started with doing your research. Get started with looking into what it is that you need to do to take care of your family. Because I'm telling you right now, the federal government is not going to try to take care of you. The banks are not trying to look out for you. Insurance companies as well are not trying to give you what you need for your best interest, which is why you want to talk to somebody like me, who is able to take you by the hand and walk you through the ins and outs of what will or will not work for you. In addition to, you need to have a financial advisor. You need to have somebody that is going to work on your behalf to be able to put you in the best position possible. And I can't stress that enough. So let's get focused on the foundational aspects of wealth creation and generation. And I believe if you do that, you'll be happy about the results. And there's more to life insurance than just the death benefit. I'm so sick of people talking about the death benefit only. There are other components that you can put together and build that will fit you and your lifestyle to be able to get you to the point to where now you can become more conservative. And once you get to the stage of being conservative, you'll open yourself up into investment real estate options. You'll open yourself up into growth stocks, which again, I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm just telling you what's out here, what's available, and how you can start to be able to take advantage of it. You'll open yourself up to growth funds, high yield funds, what they call junk bonds. I don't know what's going to be best for you and your family. But what I do know is inactivity, procrastination, hemming and hawing is not going to be good for your family. And I want you to win. You know why? Because I came from nothing and now I have something. And instead of me worrying about just my own personal desires and the people that I'm around, I put myself in a position where I love to help people. I love to help people that's willing to help themselves. And I want to help you if you want to help yourself. My name is Marlon Lyons. My company's name is I.C.Y. Legacy. Please like, comment, subscribe, and keep the hate to yourself, because this community is about us building each other up and showing each other how to get there. Not based on you coming in trying to tell somebody about what they should do or shouldn't do, but you got no relevant experience, nor are you willing to put your money where your mouth is to be able to back somebody up and walk them through and hold their hand as they go through the process of trying to figure this thing out. I'm looking forward to servicing you, looking forward to being able to have an opportunity to make a difference in your life and your family's life, because I'm going to tell you this and then I'm going to go. I've delivered over $4 million in death claim benefit checks to people. And I was never able to bring the person back that passed away, but I never had anybody get mad at me and tell me that I brought them too much money when I did bring the money to them. Think about that. I've never had anybody tell me, oh, it's too much money that I'm bringing to them after their loved one passed away. So for those of you that don't believe in life insurance, put that in your pipe and smoke it.